morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today happens to be 19th of August 2025. And as usual, on this platform, we have brief discussions about organization, firms, political figures, specialities, companies, countries, and what have you. Yes. Most of these informations are information that you may be aware already. So we just try and have just a brief discussion about it. These are information that you can even easily search on the internet and you get whatever you want to see. But today we are going all the way in Germany. Yes. We are going to talk about the current European Union Commission president, who happens to be called Ursula von der Leyen. She's a 66 years passionate woman who was born on 8th October 1958 to both German parents in Belgium, or Brussels, Belgium to be precise. So Ursula was born to both German parents. Her father happens to be a kind of political figure in the German hierarchy. Yeah, so she had a very nice and good upbringing. She got whatever parental guidance that she could get from her parents. Yes. So her father was called Albert and her mom was called Heidi. Such beautiful names. Ursula can be termed as a highly respected diplomat and can also be termed as a very high respectable medical practitioner because she holds a license from the Hanover Medical School in 1987. And also in 1978, she was able to secure herself in the London School of Economics to attain a very high level certificate. Mind you, even though she was born in Brussels, her parents later moved to the United States of America and later also found herself back to Germany in 1971. Yes. So I think during those times, having his father as a political figure, is able to acquire or incline certain knowledge from his father. He rose to several ranks, and ladies and gentlemen, this woman is very influential and powerful to the extent that in 2022, she was nominated or was recognized as the most influential woman in the world from the Forbes magazine. She was even at a point seek to succeed Jens Stoltenberg, the recent elected NATO General Secretary, whose office is now occupied by Mark Rutte. Yes, she was still to even secure that position. A woman, a very influential, a very bold and powerful woman. Maybe her aunties could be traced from her name, the word Ursula, which means she bears. So maybe she has the embodiment, a very strong personality, embodiment of a fierce figure, and what have you. So Ursula von der Leyen is part of the center far right movement and also part of the Christian Democratic Union, of which Angela Merkel was also part. Yes, and she was the only minister who was not reshuffled during Angela Merkel's term. That was between 2013 to 2019. She held the position as the first female minister of defense in the country. Isn't that symbolic? And even the current position that she's holding as the president is been the first time a woman is holding that position. The previous predecessor was Jean-Claude Juncker. Yes, if you remember that name. Yes. So we dive a bit into some of the positions that she's held. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the Minister for Cabinet of the Lower Saxony from 2003 to 2005. And between 2005 all the way to 2009, she held a position as the Family Affairs and the Youth Minister. She has a lot that we can learn. From 2009, considering his positive roles she played in the previous office, she also gained the position to be appointed as a Labour Minister and the Minister for Social Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, Ursula von der Leyen is very exceptional, very pragmatic, and very passionate in her doings. Yes. So we will just a brief talk about him. We will dive more into other things that she's done and learn more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ursula, we talk about Ursula today because of her roles. Can we foresee her to also secure herself to be, I'll say, a president someday? You never know, because she has a lot of under her sleeves that we could learn. She made certain controversial statements way back between 2024 to 2025, and she said she is hoping to establish a tribunal, a firm or a court which will oversee the current war between Ukraine and Russia, and see to it that people who are hurt or who happen to find themselves in such tragedy are settled or make sure their interests are being met. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about Ursula von der Leyen. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a passionate woman. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a mother. We talk about a very inspirational woman whom everyone can learn from. Yes. So, mind you, she officially secured the commission president position from 1st December 2022, and she's been there since. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a diplomat. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a medical profession. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a exceptional and a beautiful and passionate woman. Yes, this is part one. Kindly follow up for part two. We dive more into her career, her current happenings, and what have you. Thank you. Bye.